All right, wait, hold on a second. I gotta do the intro. You guys can't just get started because I say okay.
What about
Okay, we're on week number 3. Girls, hopefully you guys have all done your warm-ups. You're supposed to do that before every single time. Today we're gonna do something different. Today what we're gonna do is we're gonna time the first one you do, and then the next 4 we're gonna increment time or add the number of touches to it. So this first one is 35 touches. We're gonna time Cabry and Callan here, see how long it takes them to do it.
Dad?
On your mark.
Wait. Does
Get
this
set.
count as
35. One is one push and pull is 1.
Like,
One, that's 1. Other
Okay.
side is 2. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? On your mark. Get set. Go. Hey, how's it going? What's up, Zach? They're playing soccer. What are you doing? While they're doing that, we can look over here. Can you wave, Zach? Hey, how's it going, buddy? All right, back. They're at 18 seconds.
20,
They do 35.
21,
I don't know. It's a good question.
23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
Okay, and we hit stop. So if we look, they're about 42, so we'll round up to the nearest 5 seconds, so we'll call it 45 seconds. So now we are going to set a timer, and we're going to set that timer for 45 seconds. And the goal is for them to do this in 45 seconds, and then we're going to slowly make it harder and harder. So this first one is the same time as it took to do it the first time. On your mark,
How many?
get set, 35 again. They're all 35. Ready? On your mark, get set, go. So it's counting down to 45 seconds. Make sure when you're touching, you're using your laces, your toes pointed down and in. And when you pull back, make sure we're moving with the ball and we're stepping in between. It shouldn't be one move. Shouldn't be just one move, it should be 2. Gabri's using the inside of her foot instead of her laces, but that's okay. We won't fault her for that, even though she's looking like a first grader when she's 14. It's all good. Just to check the time. 10 seconds left. See if she makes it. Uh-oh.
33, 34, 35.
Oh, she just made it. All right, so we'll give it a few seconds rest.
Why'd you put it on?
All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 5 seconds off. So instead of 45 seconds, we're gonna do 40 seconds. So what you can do here is you can actually set it to 50 seconds, let it tick off 5 if you don't have somebody helping you. And then after that 5 seconds, you can start. That way you don't have to be holding the timer when you're doing this. And then when you go down to 40 seconds, you can leave it at 45 and just give yourself 10 seconds rest. So you can start it right away at 50, go back on your cones, look at the timer, and when it hits 40, then you start. So now we're trying to do 35 touches in 40 seconds. You ready? So we gotta be quicker, stay precise, don't get sloppy, stay focused, make sure you have good, crisp touches. Okay, you ready? On your mark, get set, go. Callan's already off to a rough start. So we're pushing ourselves here to increase our speed. We want to keep our touches really close and controlled. We don't want huge touches. We're still doing 35. So the bigger your touch, the harder it is to control. So let's keep really controlled, tight touches.
I lost track. 31, 32, 35.
So Callan made it with a couple seconds to spare. I think you probably made it. All right, so we're going to stop that timer. And now we're gonna really push ourselves and try to do 10 seconds less. So what was the first time you had?
50.
45 seconds you started with. So now what are we gonna start on? We just did 40. Now what are we down to?
35.
35. So we're really gonna push ourselves.
1 every second.
1 every second. So this requires very few mistakes. All right, on your mark.
Wait.
Get set, go.
Oh, God.
This is controlled touches, no huge touches, just little touches up past the cones, just right next to them. Doesn't have to go all the way out past the cones, just up to the cones.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
See if they're gonna make it.
25,
It's gonna be close.
27, 28, 39, 40, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
Look at that. See, if you push yourself, you can do this. Awesome job. Okay, now to really push ourselves, what we're gonna do is now we're gonna try to do 50 of them in twice the time of the first. So how long did it take you to do the first one? 45 seconds? Yeah?
Yeah.
So what is
90 seconds.
90 seconds? So no, it's not 90. 45 plus 45? Oh, it is
40
90.
plus 40, 85 plus
That's a
5,
good point. Yeah, 90 seconds. Good job. Cabry's good at math because she's still doing her math online every once in a while. All right, so now we're gonna go to 90 seconds, which is basically a minute and a half for those of you that don't know. So now we have to do 50. We're gonna try to do 50 in a minute and a half. We just did this, reducing 10 seconds. It shouldn't be a problem. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
1, 2, 3, 4,
50 of them. This is the test.
7,
So after each one of the 4 steps in a drill, you're gonna have a test, and this is to ask yourself, have I achieved my goal?
15,
If you can pass the test and you've achieved your goal for that drill, and you're good for the week, keep practicing it all week long.
20,
But if you're not getting it, you might want to take some extra time on your own,
3,
besides Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to give it a try.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Again, we're keeping the ball, keeping our body over the ball, moving our feet consistently, stepping in between our touches to make sure that we're using the correct foot every time. We don't want to push and pull at the same time without stepping in between.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
And they got it. And look at that. They've got 35 seconds to spare. So good job, girls. So now we're going to take a quick break. And we'll get going on the next drill here. So, the next drill is just a simple figure 8, where you're just using the outside of your foot only. So you're going to be switching feet as you go. So set your cones up in a figure 8. And then all you're doing is you're dribbling around the cones, doing 5 laps. So a lap is down and back. And basically we're only using the outside touches. So as we go around run cone, we're going to switch to our right, and then when we go around the other one, we switch to our left. And Cabry keeps using the inside as she goes around the cone. That's not correct. We're only touching with the outside of her foot. Only the outside of her foot. Yep. You watch Callan. She's using the outside of her foot to go across. She switches on that cone. Outside of her foot. Get it in between the cones again. Go around the cones. You only switch once you get to the cone to go around it. When you're weaving through the cones, you use the same foot, Cal. Same foot all the way between the cones. Cabry keeps using her inside. No inside. Outside, outside, then outside. Yes. Only outside touches. No inside touches, the best you can. Again, we're going to start with a stopwatch. We're going to try to time this to see how fast we go. And then after we time, we're going to use that time on the additional steps in the drill to push ourselves. Ready? On your mark, we're doing 5 laps. It's down and back. On your mark, set, go. Only outside pushes. Only outside touches.
2,
Don't switch your feet too early. You only switch your feet as you're approaching that cone to turn.
3,
That's when you switch. Don't switch in the middle of the cones. You're using the same foot to get through the middle of the cones. Did you do 5 already, Cabes?
I think.
Oh, Cabry has a hard time counting.
I do. 5.
All right, so you can see they got about 30 seconds. So we're going to use 30 seconds for their time to start. So we're going to do 5 more, and hopefully we get them in 30 seconds. So 30 seconds, and we want to do 5, okay? On your mark, get set, go. So the goal is just outside touches. Your time might be a little longer than 30 seconds, so you have to use the time that you're getting. These girls are doing it. Cabry's doing a little quicker than 30 seconds, but Callan's doing about 30 seconds, so that's what we're using for her. Only outside touches. Don't touch it with the inside of your foot. You got to get around the ball so you can touch it with just the outside of your foot. She just made it. Listen to that. Good job. All right, so they did it. Now what do you think we're doing? 25 seconds. So you got to be a little faster this time, a little more precise, a little more controlled. Sometimes when you're dribbling around the cones, the ball goes way out from the cones. You want it just like what you're doing in the push-pulls. Little controlled touches. And Callan says she's out of shape. Okay, you guys ready?
I guess so.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So 25 seconds, just outside touches. We got to be quick, control it. Callan's going way far away from her cones, taking huge touches and making it really hard on herself. Take tight little touches around. Every little touch should just be a tiny little touch. The trick is to control the ball. Really fast little feet, really fast touches. Just touching it about every 5 steps. And it does not look like she's going to be able to do 5-second improvement. She's down by 1 lap. So that's something she needs to work on this week. And try to get it slowly faster and faster, okay? So now we're going to do 6 laps in the 30 seconds. So I'm going to go back up to the 30 seconds it took you to do 5. And now we're going to add a lap. You should be getting better and better at this, Cal. Quick little touches, quick concise little touches. You ready? So we're doing 30 seconds, 6 laps, outside touches only. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Outside only. Just use your outside foot. You're having a hard time crossing through the middle, Cal. So to cross through the middle, it's little touches, not one big touch to cross through the middle. We're doing that next. Right now it's just, you should probably take 3 touches to move the ball across in the middle. There you go. Not just one big touch, about 3 little touches to move across the middle. If you're using one big touch to go across the middle right now, that's not what we're doing. Oh, did you get 6 in? You got 5? So you're on your last one? All right. So we're going to work on that this week. The first drill we did fine. This drill we're struggling a little bit. So now we're going to do 6 laps with 5 seconds left. Okay, so we got to be even quicker. Ready?
What are we doing?
6 laps again, but now we're doing it in 25 seconds. Okay? Well, that's how we push ourselves. So think of like snappy little feet. Right now you guys are kind of pushing the ball around in the circles. Think of snappy little feet, like tap, 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 tap. That's how you control the ball, and that's how you make this drill work. You ready? On your mark, get set, go. It's just quick little touches, little touches. All this is about ball control. When you get to the end cone, Cal, don't take such a big touch. It's little quick touches. Some of it's your left foot, because you're not as good with your left, but that's okay. Just quick little touches. So we're trying to do 6 laps with 5 less seconds. This is really hard. Oh.
I only got 5.
Okay, well at least you're back to 5. So do you see how you got 5 within 25 seconds?
Yeah.
Could you do that before?
No.
No, so pushing yourself a little bit is good. Okay, we're on to the 3rd drill. Now you got to put a 3rd cone in the middle, because we're going to do a weave. Okay, go get your 3rd cone in the middle. Cal, put a 3rd cone in the middle.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so got our 3rd cone in the middle. Now in this one, Cabri, if you can show us, we're just doing 1 touch in between the cones. 1 touch in between the cones, and we're stepping past the ball with an outside. So do an outside touch, outside touch, outside touch, step, step, outside touch, step, 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 around the cone. You can use inside or outside to go around. 1 touch through, 1 touch through, just like that. So we're doing 1 touch through. So this is a slightly bigger touch, just 1 touch through. Okay, you ready? We're gonna do 5 laps, and again, this week, we're starting a timer to see how fast we can do 5 laps. Ready? On your mark, get set, go. So just 1 touch between the cones, there you go. Yes, and then walk past it. And you run past it to get the other outside touch. This one's kind of hard because you got to take 2 steps in between. You push it, step around, push. Good, Cal. You're doing 2 touches. I want just 1 touch through the cones. Touch, there you go. There you go. So it's a slightly bigger touch. It's a diagonal touch through the cones. How you go around the end, you can use inside or outside. I don't care. I'd prefer you do outside only. But when you're going through the cones, it's just 1 big touch through, and then you have to run to the other side of the ball and push it back through. That's 5. All right, so that took you about 41 seconds. So we'll give you guys 45 seconds. We'll round up, like I said. So we're going to set a timer for 45 seconds. And at 45 seconds, You guys have to do 5 laps in the same amount of time, okay? So remember, just one touch through the cones diagonally, run around the ball, and do 1 touch back. So it's really just 2 touches to get your weave in. It's not a bunch of touches. It's 1 touch through, run around, 1 touch through. Good job, Cabes. 1 touch through, run around the ball, 1 touch through. And then you have a bunch of touches to get around the cone. Okay, you guys ready? Ready? On your mark. Get set, go. Good, Cal. That's 2 touches, Cal. I only want 1 right now. 1 touch through, run around, 1 touch through. Good. We'll do 2 touches in a second. Right now we're just trying to get 1 touch through. It's a little hard to think about, but think about you're weaving around somebody. You're getting around them and you got to get around the outside of the ball and come back. You don't have the luxury of taking a bunch of little touches. You want to beat them with 1 good touch, you got to beat them back with another good touch. So you're doing 5 laps, trying to get it in 45 seconds. Let's see if they can make it. Good, Cal. Much better, Cal. Better hurry, Cal. You're almost at time. Oh, no. So just on time. Okay, now what do we do next? Next, we're going to do 40 seconds. Think you can get it?
No.
Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, hop up. Actually, nope, this is 6 laps. 6 laps at the same time as the first. So we're going to do 6 laps in 45 seconds. You ready? Because that was your second one, right? Did that one a little wrong. It's okay. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We're getting around that end cone. You can use inside or outside. I don't care. I just want 2 big touches through the middle, weaving in and out of the cones. Ah, good job, Cabes. Cabes has got this down. If you want to watch her feet. Oh, I speak and then she makes a mistake. 1 touch through, 1 touch back. Callan's not staying over the ball. She's getting behind the ball. That's why it's such a mess for her. You gotta stay right over the ball. That way your touches are in control. If you're out behind the ball, you're reaching for the ball and you have less control over the ball and it takes a lot more steps to get to the ball. That's better, Cal. Keep going. Don't stop when the timer goes off. Finish your 6. Okay, so what happened is your very first lap was really good. These last 2 were a bit of a struggle. Why do you think that is?
I was hurrying.
You're not focused. You gotta stay focused and you gotta get good touches in, okay? So now we're doing 6 laps, 5 seconds less. So 40 seconds for 6 laps. Now, if you remember the last time we did this, you're like, there's no way we're gonna be able to do it. But we ended up getting our 5 laps in 5 seconds less, didn't we? Yes, we did. So that's just pushing yourself. So by the end of the week, you should be able to get 6 in less than that. So what I want you to do is write these times down in the blank spot on the sheet. And then by Friday, you're using those same times. You don't have to time yourself again on Wednesday and Friday. You just write it down the one time. And then you use that time as your reference for how fast you are, okay? And hopefully you get faster through the week. All right, you ready? 40 seconds, do 6 laps. On your mark, get set, go. Good, Cabes, good control. I'm gonna mess her up. Yep. That's why coaches should never yell at kids while they're playing soccer, and parents shouldn't yell at kids while they're playing soccer. Because when they're actually playing, they're focused. They know what they're doing, and the minute you start talking about them, they hear your voice and have to listen to you. They can't focus on what they're doing. They lose focus, make mistakes. Did you get 5 in?
I got 4.
You got 4? Well, it helps if we know. You were doing 6. I was just wondering if you got 5 in before the timer went off. How many did you get in, Cabes? 6? Good. So Cabri finally got her 6 in, and she reduced 5 seconds, so that's pretty good. So by the end of the week, most people should be able to do that. All right, Cal, no water, come on. We got to do our test. 50 touches, same as the first time. So what was your first time?
45 seconds.
45 seconds. So you got to do 50 touches doing this.
Do the touches around count as a touch?
Every touch counts. You're doing 50 touches. Every time you touch it, I want you to count. Every time you touch the ball, count.
1,
Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 50 touches. They had 45 seconds to start. Let's see how well they do.
6,
So this is really encouraging you to take more small controlled touches. If you take really big touches, you're moving a lot and you're not moving very quickly. Still 1 touch through the cones, not 2 touches through the cones.
2,
Kayree's kind of cheating through her touches through the cones just to get more touches in, but she's smart. Working around the cone, she's getting a lot of touches. That's really controlling the ball too.
4,
It's making her time speed up. She's using to do the test and make you count touches.
1, 42, 43, 44, 45,
I'm not sure what Callan's doing. She's doing her own drill over there.
49, 50.
And she made it. Ta-da! Alright, so that finishes the first 3 drills. Go ahead and get a drink of water, and we'll be back in a minute. And I think when we come back, we're going to come back with another soccer player. Bernie's out here today, chilling in the sun, and he might join us. You got your ball, Bernie? You ready to go?